What is happening, YouTube and weight loss warriors? It's your boy Cdub, and I'm back with a live. Thanks for joining me today. I appreciate all of you. I got 4 questions that I got to get to as we start to roll in. Those 4 questions I'm going to get to in 1 second. I want to take just a brief second so the people on the replay and people that are watching this as we move forward can kind of understand a little bit about what's going on outside of my channel and it overall in YouTube and what's been happening lately with the new law that's being passed on YouTube that January 1st that all YouTube content creators have to identify whether or not they are make content for children, which does not affect this channel. My demographics have 0% under the age of 13. So, and I don't think fasting is something that kids under the age of 13 do anyways, but basically the law being passed is you have to tell whether or not you create content for minors. And then if they think your content is created for minors and you click no, they can come after you as a content creator because YouTube has been sued by the FTA and CAPA basically for $170 million, if you guys can imagine that. So I just wanted to let you guys know that this is happening. If you've got an opinion on it, they are taking, if you go to the websites, you can put your comments in on what you feel about it. But in that situation, it does not affect this channel. So my demographics have no kids involved whatsoever. So I just wanted to let you guys know to not panic. If you're a Cdub fan in January, I'll still have comments. I'll still have playlists. It's not going to affect me, but it does affect YouTube. And if you have content creators you like that have children in their videos, or it's like something like a gaming channel, something like I Like Pokemon, all of those people are going to be affected. So I just wanted to let you know that that was coming down the pipe. And you guys might want to make comments about that. I'm going to start saying hi to everybody. I'd appreciate it if you guys hit that like. I got 1, but 10 of you are in here. That's crazy. Come on, hit that like button. What is happening, Miss Smith? It is good to see you. XAK, man, 31 hours of a 42-hour fast. Well done, my friend. Thanks for hitting likes, by the way, peeps. I appreciate you guys. Mr. Gomez, what's happening? Sarah, how you doing? What's happening, Norma? It is good to see all of you. Thank you for joining me tonight. So let me hop right into my 4 questions I got previous to coming in here. I'm going to go ahead and start at the bottom and work my way back up. This is from PTY Boxing and said, "Hey, bud, I hope all is going well in your year-long journey to lose 125 pounds. What is the ideal situation for weighing yourself? I have switched to weekly, and it has literally saved me so much stress from the constant up and downs on a scale." And this is a good question. And it's also a good comment in there too. I just want to say that weighing yourself is a personal thing, and how often you do it should be personal. I was a subscriber to a weekly weigh-in, and I will tell you why I did a weekly weigh-in right now. I did a weekly weigh-in because daily weigh-ins are stressful. I've been a wrestling coach long enough to know I can have a kid go to a wrestling practice. It happened to me today. I had multiple kids lose 7 pounds in one wrestling practice. So you think about that. They weighed themselves before practice and after practice, and their weight difference was 7 pounds. That's how much sweat I can get out of a kid in a 2-hour practice. Now, not all of them. Some of them, every one on my team loses 3. Most of them lose, probably 5 on average is what I would say. So when you're talking about that, that's how much weight can fluctuate depending on whether you're sweating or not, depending on whether you're eating or not. So when you wake up in the morning, right after breakfast, if you weigh yourself, you can be 3 or 4 pounds heavier than you were when you weighed in the morning. And throughout the day, it's a constant up and down thing. And so for me personally, consistency is the key to weigh-ins. If you weigh yourself in the morning and night, you're always going to get 2 different numbers, and it can be very stressful. And you didn't gain any body fat. You just have a different level of water and a different level of food in your digestive system. So for me personally, a weekly weigh-in on the same exact day every single week is the most beneficial way to do it. I highly recommend that you weigh yourself once a week. With that said, there are people I've heard that feel like when they get away from weighing themselves every day, what they end up doing is they end up eating more often because they don't feel accountable, and then their weigh-ins aren't as good. So in other words, they're like, well, I'm okay, and they eat more. And knowing that, hey, look, I gained 2 pounds today from yesterday, even though it's not 2 real pounds, it lets them know to eat less the next day. And if that's you and that's the way you feel, I fully understand that. You do it your way. I 100% PTY boxing, 100% am on board with you doing weekly weigh-ins. I think it's the way to go. All right. What's happening, OMAD? What's going down, Rick? Anybody else doing a fast now? Well, technically, I'm doing a fast because I finished eating 3 hours ago. So I'm 3 hours in. No, I'm just messing with you, Rick. But yeah, no, our XAK. I'm just messing with you, man. My bad. 5 more for 3K. Wow. Yeah, only 5 more, or is it 50 more for 3K? Let me take a look. You got me a little bit excited there, but I think it's 50. But yeah, 50 more, man. 50 more subscribers, and I got 3,000. That is amazing. I can't wait to hit that. It's going to be epic. I appreciate every one of you for helping me get there. Hopefully, I can get there soon. I haven't quite been grinding. School's been so hard. I haven't been grinding enough, and I need to grind out a little bit more. This week, though, coming up, I'm filming tomorrow. I do got some great videos, including, you guys leave me a comment if you're excited about this, but I'm going to do one on fixing your metabolism. If you got a broken metabolism because of yo-yo dieting throughout your life and whatever else, I'm going to bring one in just for you either not tomorrow, either Friday or Saturday of this week. I'm going to have a video just on metabolism. I'm writing this now. So that video is going to be pretty hype, I think. I'm excited to share it. I hope people enjoy it and they get some tips on how to get their metabolism back in a healthy way. So no problem. I was glad to answer your question, boxing. I appreciate you leaving me a question. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You said you just finished eating after a 24-hour fast. Congratulations, Rick, man. Good work. Good work. All right. And yeah, 50 away. So the next question I got, it says, for optimal weight loss and sustainability, what is the most important overall? Keeping your insulin low, which affects your hormones, or counting calories. Which method do you prioritize during your weight loss journey? And that's my man, Mr. Gomez up there. Ricardo, I appreciate you. Thank you for asking a question. Now, listen, this is kind of a question where he's basically saying, is it more important to worry about your insulin, or is it more important to worry about your calories? And it's weird because I count no calories. And at this point, because of the fasting, my insulin checks itself. But I think both can be as important as the other. I would lean, if you put a gun to my head, to say that it's more important to make sure your insulin is on a low. But at the end of the day, you can still overeat with low insulin. You still can overeat fats. So, you can't just walk in willy-nilly and eat whatever you want. Now you can, that's what the beauty of OMAD is. It allows you so much more flexibility to eat what you want, but you just can't continue to do it at all times and expect that your weight's going to go because you kept a low insulin or you stayed in ketosis. It just doesn't work that way. So there is some calorie idea that needs to go into it, but I have not counted my calories through this whole weight loss journey. So is it that important? Probably not, especially if you're doing OMAD and you're really getting into one meal a day. And if you're doing a 16 and 8, though, I highly recommend that you start at least in the beginning counting calories. And the reason is because 8 hours is a long time and you totally can overeat in 8 hours. You 100% can do that. So you've got to be able to do that. And one other thing that I think a lot of people don't understand is overall how much they actually are eating. I think a lot of times we look at it and we say, well, I'm only eating 1,200 calories. But if you really wrote down every single thing you put in your mouth, you're really not. And, we're generally eating, even on labels. Think about this. I saw a video where a guy took food and he took it to an actual scientist and he had to break it down into calories. So it was an amazing video. And I wish I still had the name of it. If I can find it tonight, I'll link it in this description. But this guy took a piece of food. So he took a Subway sub. He wrote down what the calories were from the Subway people. They said, this is how much it cost, on the labels and whatnot. He took it into the store and he dropped it off and they ran it through this fancy science machine, and it came out and said exactly what the calories are. Every single label that machine, that machine disagreed with, every single label, every one of them out of the 6 different items of food he brought, he ate 6 meals that day, and he thought he ate 2,100 calories. Keep that in mind. So he said, I've eaten 2,100 calories a day, and he bought 2 of everything, took it to the scientist. When he was done, he had eaten 2,800 calories, almost 3,000, and the only one of them that was less than the label was Subway. Every single other thing he ate had more calories than the label said. So when the label was passed, Barack Obama actually passed that all food needs to have a label. He said an estimate of the calories need to be put on the label, and they lowball the estimate. Now, Michelle and Barack both tried really hard in doing a lot of things to clean up things. School systems food, food deserts. They were really on top of the food industry, but they were very loose in some of the laws, and people got wiggle room around them. And it just didn't work quite as smoothly as I think they hoped that it would work. So that's just something to keep in mind, that counting calories is good, but kind of round the calories up, because generally all of those labels are rounding them down for you. So they're making it seem less than it really is. So go ahead and change that and move them up, and count calories till you get used to it. All right, let me catch back up in the chat and I'll get to the next question. You'd rather weigh in once a week and be a slave to scale? Absolutely. Absolutely. Weigh in once a week, measure once a month is what I did. And it worked really well for me. And if you are in a plateau, you can measure every week to see kind of where you're at. So I think that's good. I'm okay. You want to see that video on the metabolism? I'd like to make it. Matter of fact, I'm going to make it. So I hope more people want to see it. I think so many people ask me what to do if their metabolism isn't working right, and they feel like they've dieted before and they want to, if intermittent fasting will magically fix their metabolism, or what needs to be done. They feel like they gain weight when they eat a little bit. And so I got the answers definitely coming this week. What's happening, Uncle Tom? Good to see you, my friend. Hey, good. All the way from Wales. I appreciate it, Spivey. Thank you so much. Nice. You'll tell somebody to sub, man, and please do. I need as many subs as possible. I actually had it in my entire wrestling team there. This is the first real week of us grinding out wrestling practice. And so football's done, and I had all these kids there today. And I meant to tell them all to get on my live tonight, but I forgot. So I'd have more viewers. But oh well. Next Wednesday, maybe I'll have my whole team watching with me, which would be sweet. You know what I'm saying? All my kids can watch me do a little live, talk about them. Triple those numbers real quick. So that would be awesome. But anyways, so it says, if you are not hungry and you feel good, all is fine. No, that's it, man. I totally agree. No problem, man. It was good that you left a question. And just so you guys know, I love when people leave me questions. I can't have too many of them, because there are some down times in the live, and being able to throw a question in there because I've caught up with the chat is really a nice thing to have. So having those pre-questions, and it also brings more questions in the comments. So I appreciate anybody that takes the time to drop a question. Thank you so much. Sorry I didn't get, just so you guys know too, I didn't get the posting for the live up early enough this week. Normally I try to do it a day in advance. I wasn't able to do that because my mom had eye surgery. And so, been taking care of her and trying to run around and do things. And I just, to be honest with you, I didn't remember last night to do it. And then I was like, oh no, I need to get this up. And so I was able to get it up, and I appreciate the 4 of you that took the time to ask a question. What is happening, Tattooed Woman? Appreciate you. Thank you for joining us. So anyways, let's see. You do feel good a lot. It's weird. All right. Well, now I'm going to get into the OMAD Outlaw, which was here earlier. I hope he's still here. OMAD, I got your question right here. He says, the vegetable police thinks carbohydrates are healthy and glucogenesis is bad for your health. What do you think? And question number 2, would I ever try a fat fast like Scott the truck driver does? Well, OMAD Outlaw, I don't think carbs aren't healthy. And that's where I disagree with, I think, a lot of people in the, what's the word I'm looking for there? The keto-ish kind of community. has demonized carbs, and I guess Atkins originally did it too. And I think that we get this, oh, carbs are the enemy thing. But I 100% believe this, and I'm a victim sometimes of not eating the best, although I eat OMAD, and I'll be the first to admit that. I'm likely to have a pizza at some point this weekend. I've been eating well lately, but I feel like that'll happen this weekend. So I'm not the best eater at all times. So, but I want you to understand, as a viewer to this channel, and just as a weight loss warrior and somebody, out there, that carbs are two different things. And there are very good carbs and there are very bad carbs. And so a potato chip is a very bad carb. It has no nutritional value. It's not going to help you do anything. And you can take something like a potato and you can make a potato really bad too. You can, stick it in a fryer and have a French fry out of it. And that potato is going to lose its nutritional value. But a potato can be something that is good too. And fruits and vegetables are, to me, never wrong. And I think that that is a huge thing that we don't want to talk about. And I think that sometimes you'll see, even in the keto community, I've heard it out of Thomas's mouth and I've heard it out of Dr. Berg's mouth. Fruits and vegetables, both of them in different videos have said, hey, listen, no, fruits and vegetables are fine. And most of the time they'll say, get all of your carbs out of fruits and vegetables. And so to demonize fruits and vegetables is just, to me, completely ignorant. We have evolved to eat fruits and vegetables. We've been eating them since the beginning of man on the planet. So our body knows what to do with a fruit and a vegetable, the fibers in them and everything else. I just watched a documentary on rice, which was really interesting. And they talked about how great rice originally was for us, brown rice and everything like that. And then we made it white rice. We took out everything that was good in it and we made white rice, right? Well, it's the same kind of situation, when you're talking about a lot of foods. We have a good solid thing with a fruit and vegetable, and then we modify them in other foods and we make them not good for you. And I think that that is where we fail. And so I absolutely think carbs are fine. I think they're wonderful. And I think you need carbs. I think you need carbs, especially fruits and vegetables. Now, with that put aside, do I think you need to have potato chips and cookies and all of that stuff? Not so much. Those things and maybe in moderation, because, but it's not doing anything positive for you. So, eating a cookie, you're not getting anything out of that other than the pleasure of the taste of the cookie. It's not going to help you nutritionally. So I think that's where the shadiness goes. And as far as a fat fast, if you're talking about like, will I do a longer term fast or something and have bulletproof coffee? Or I don't even know if in a fat fast, if you're allowed to have fats, like, are you allowed to have, bacon and yada, yada, yada on down the line? Bottom line is, to answer your question, no, I won't do it because I don't see a need for it. To me, fasting is fine. I don't need to have a fat fast because I can fast. So, for me, I don't get hungry anymore and I can just fast on for, at least 48 hours without any problems whatsoever. So I don't need any fats to sustain anything else. And I don't think they're necessary to a degree. And I know you're a big OMAD outlaw, and I love you. And I know you're a big fan of your keto coffee. You've been talking about keto coffee since the day I met you, a year plus ago, right? So, or working on a year ago. And so I know you're into the keto coffee. My only concern with keto coffee is the highness of calories. So if you're fasting and just having the keto coffee, that's one thing. But I'm not so sure if you eat standardly throughout a day and you have keto coffee, even if you're eating keto, I think you can overdo it because you've had a lot of calories in a drink. And, you think about it, what other drink has 300 or 400 calories in it? I can't think of anything else. And to me, I never want to drink a calorie. That's just my personal opinion. I don't know how you guys feel. Hopefully that answered your question, OMAD. Let me look back up at the chats. Tattooed Woman, I've only seen Vegan Police a couple of times. I always took it as almost more comedy when I saw his videos, but I could be wrong. Look at John, Tattooed Vegan Human Woman. Much love, much love. Um, that's good stuff. What about corn? You know, corn's very interesting, Julie. You would say that. Did you? You know, corn is weird because corn is kind of man-made. Corn isn't really. I don't even know if I guess it's considered a vegetable, but corn can be used in a lot of weird, not so good ways. I'm not sure if corn's good or bad. I have to do more research. I know there's a book that my father-in-law read one time, and he told me I need to read it, and I, of course, never did. But it was about how corn is just a whole big scam, and it was made to, you know, basically make money off of people, putting it in that things like gasoline and putting it in sugars and changing it, you know, and creating and doing all this genetically engineered everything to create it and make it happen. And so corn is very weird because it's kind of like, I don't know, you know, but I would maybe do some more research on that. Um, yeah, corn is in everything nowadays because they modified it, you know? I mean, it's not really a thing, but it's a thing. And that's a weird way to put it, but that's the only way I got it. So then my man Zeb dropped a question. So Zeb said, here's something that's been on his mind. What is the difference between calorie control and calorie deficit? And and then OMAD, since for him, anyways, he's not able to consume all of his calories in one sitting. Look at that 777 again, man. I appreciate you, Caroline. I appreciate you. Just a quick say hi. You can't stay, but thanks for everything. Man, and much love to you, Caroline. And thank you so much for the super chat. And you guys definitely hit up Caroline. She's amazing. You know, we all love Caroline. She's just absolutely amazing. Thank you again, Caroline. You are so fantastic. I can't say enough about you while you're here. Let me finish Zeb's question real quick. He said, since anyways, consuming too many calories in one sitting is hard to do for him and OMAD, isn't that a form of calorie control? So this is a really long question, but a good question. And so basically, let me break it down. What is the difference between calorie control and a calorie deficit? Okay, so for me, and you guys can tell me your thoughts on it, calorie control is basically you're going to pay attention to your calories and you are going to make sure you're not going over a certain range. But most of the time, I would think that calorie control is more of a maintenance thing. And then a calorie deficit means you're eating in less calories than your body is burning. And so that's where things kind of get hairy because you don't really know. There's no way of testing, you know, just sitting in your house, how much calories you're actually burning. So inherently, um, that inherently can't, you know, you can't know. So we estimate through our total daily energy expenditure how many calories our body should need, and then we can lower from there. But your metabolism will adjust, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. I'm gonna do a whole video about it this weekend. But your metabolism can shrink or do more depending on what you're doing and how your life is going and what your body thinks about your situation. So I will get into more details about that. Hey, I'm answering your question right now, Zeb. I'll get into more details about that later, but that's the difference between control and calorie deficit. Deficit is a guaranteed, and you can be in both. Deficit is a guaranteed. I'm 500 under my my TDEE, and I'm losing weight. And calorie control is I'm not going to eat any more than this. So you can do both things. You can put it 500 below your thing, make sure you're losing weight, and then you're controlling and you're in a deficit. So I think that's the way that it is. And obviously, if you meant and if an OMAD, what's the difference between intermittent fasting and OMAD? OMAD is just a part of intermittent fasting. Some people would say 16 and 8 is intermittent fasting, but realistically, intermittent fasting is a broad window, which means I'm eating for part of the day and I'm fasting for part of the day. And so it's widely accepted that 16 and 8 and beyond, anything past that, is intermittent fasting. 12 and 12, some people still call intermittent fasting because, again, it falls into the category of I'm fasting for 12 hours, I'm eating for 12, I'm intermittently fasting. Realistically, I think 16 and 8, 16 and 8, 18 and 6, 20 and 4, OMAD, alternate day fasting, even prolonged fasting. If you're doing it on a regular basis, prolonged fasting, prolonged fasting, getting off is a form of intermittent fasting. I think all of that falls into intermittent fasting's group. So hopefully that makes sense. And then you said it's very hard for you to consume enough calories during that one sitting. And so, isn't that a form of calorie control? 100% it is. And that is why OMAD inherently works. I can't, I try to get this message across to people, and it's very, Caroline already left today, but it's very, I think she's one that could be a witness to it. And you can go to her channel and kind of see that happen on her channel, but ultimately over the course of time. But ultimately, this is why OMAD is so powerful, is because it is very hard to consume so many calories that you're gaining weight while only eating one time. And it's really that basic. And so if you are just eating once, it's very hard to eat too much. There are people that can do it. There's some amazing people that can still figure out how to eat too much during that time. But it's a way of restricting your calories without having to think about restricting your calories. And that is the beauty. Because I'll give you a really good example. I have a coworker, and he was a former assistant coach of mine. He runs the track team now. He's an amazing man. And he has been a fitness guru and a CrossFit guy since the day I met him. He's probably 53 now. He still does CrossFit every weekend. He'll go to CrossFit competitions. He can do probably 100 push-ups at 53 in a row without putting his knees down. He can hop up and do muscle ups at 53. He is a really fit, well-trained person. Him and his wife both, right? And they're both the same age. And it's their whole life is based around fitness. And he eats 6 times a day. And he's an advocate for eating 6 times a day. And he and I have sat down and talked, and we agree to disagree about it. But I'm going to tell you now that he literally preps. Now, he eats whatever he wants on Saturday. So he eats 6 meals a day, 6 days a week. And Saturday, he eats whatever he wants to eat. He has no restrictions on food on Saturdays. But he literally has broccoli and chicken probably 4 times a day. And he preps every one of those every Sunday. So he wakes up Sunday, he cooks pounds of chicken, he cuts them up, he weighs out all of his food, he puts them all into Tupperware containers across the board. And then after he does all of that, he plans out each dinner, he preps the dinners, finishes them, portion measures each one of them, puts them in boxes to be heated up, and he does his entire week on Sunday. He spends 6 to 8 hours on Sunday prepping his food for the entire week. And he carries his food around, and he is absolutely a beast when it comes to getting that done and when it comes to reaching his fitness goals. Now, if he and I are standing next to each other, he's taller than I am. So he outweighs me a little bit. He probably is roughly about 200 pounds at about 6'3". He's bigger than I am, but we're similar in build right now. Now, of course, I can't do 100 push-ups in a row, and of course, I can't do pull-ups and muscle-ups like he can. So his fitness level is much higher than mine. Keep in mind, he has been into fitness since he was in college. He has never stopped. He has 30 years of training, fitness. In the last probably 15 to 20 years, he's been doing CrossFit like crazy. So his fitness is way higher than my fitness. But our body types are very similar. So I am getting done the same thing he is getting done. Now, the difference is he spends 6 to 8 hours on a day doing that. Then he has to heat this food up and then eat it. And he has to do it 4 different times a day, and then dinners. So really 6 different times a day. So his overall preparation for food is a constant battle that he has to go through. And he's literally, since the day I met him 7 years ago, eaten the same exact meals every single day, Monday through Friday and Sunday. He is eating the exact same thing. He has one day where he eats whatever he wants. That, to me, is insane. All the credit in the world to him. He looks like $1,000,000. He feels like $1,000,000. He's crushing it in his life. He has all of his fitness stuff. He is good to go. I don't have that discipline. And OMAD allows me to be relatively in his neighborhood and to eat whatever I want. It just doesn't make sense. I have his Saturday every day. So that's where OMAD goes. And I think that there's validity in that. So there's validity in how you want to go about your diet. And so 6 meals a day, we say, and here's something I want to stress. We say 6 meals a day doesn't work. It does work. I know a guy where it works for. He kills it. Okay. 6 meals a day does work. Here's the problem. It's extremely difficult. It's much more difficult, in my opinion, than OMAD. I think you have people that can't do OMAD, but I think that if you tried both of them, you'll have more people doing OMAD, and you'll have many, many more people having success on OMAD than you ever will eating 6 meals a day because of the preparation it takes to eat 6 times a day. So I've rambled on and missed a bunch of the chat. I hope that was good stuff, though, because I truly believe everything I just said. OMAD just makes it easier, and it's going to get you the same result, but it's just a much more efficient way of doing it. And all these fitness people that go to competitions and do all of this stuff, all of them would have just as good a results eating one time, and they're just too blind to see it most of the time. And a few of them are doing it, and we're getting more and more of them. But, you know, it is what it is. All right. Let's see here. So where was I at? Oh, hey, Angelina, it's good to see you. How do you break you? I don't understand what you meant by that, but you can re-ask me down below. Did you mean, okay, let's see. Zeb, what's up? Omed Outlaw, thanks for joining us. You know, you're probably already gone. 72 hours, 2 more to go. Good job, Zeb, man. That's amazing. You got lazy and just put the beans straight into the pasta. Hey, got to do what you got to do to get through, right? All right, let's see here if we got anything going on. What do I break my fast with? Okay, so basically, it depends on what you're talking about there, Angelina. Am I breaking a long-term fast or my daily OMAD? I just break my daily OMAD with whatever we're eating for dinner. So it's very simple. It's very easy. If you're going to go on a fast of 3 or more days, you have to be a little bit careful. And so what do I mean when I say that? One time I went on a 72-hour fast, and I was actually wrestling the whole 72 hours. And I told my team we would get some food at the end of the match, and they wanted to grab some pizza. We went by a pizza place, and I ate pizza straight up after 72 hours of fasting, and I was sick as a dog. My body was not ready for that, and it didn't do very well at all. So that's definitely not something that you can do. If I was to go on like a 72 or longer hour fast, I think what you can do is just do a smoothie. You know, just get some vegetables and some fruit, and put vegetables in your smoothie. You know, do something like watermelon, something that's easy to digest. And if you can make it kind of liquidy, it does a little bit better. That's my 2 cents on it, you know, but it really doesn't matter. If it's if it's an OMAD fast, just break it. You're not gonna, to me, it doesn't affect me either way. So you had a steak tonight. That's good stuff, man. That's definitely good stuff. All right, let's see here. Yeah, it does sound amazing. I love steak myself, no doubt about it. Hey, Rose, it's good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Let me see if we got any more questions here. People. It seems that when you approach your weight goal, you have to cut back on the amount of food. It's really tough on OMAD. Jake, if you could give me some more details, I'll try my best to help you out. But that's the way it works. So let me explain this to everybody from the get-go. The bigger you are, the heavier you are, the more your body has to work to burn its daily activities. So I hope you guys know who Brock Lesnar is, right? But if you know who Brock Lesnar is a huge, huge individual human being with all muscle, 300 pounds of straight up muscle. So Brock Lesnar's body is going to burn huge amounts of calories a day, 6, 7, 8,000 calories a day just to be alive. For Brock Lesnar to get up and breathe, it's going to take a lot more calories. Same thing with somebody that's morbidly obese, somebody that's 300 pounds, like I was 300. So if you think about it, Brock Lesnar's 6'3" and has a six pack and weighs 300 pounds. I was 5'9" and 312 pounds and obviously super fat, right? In the process, our body is burning as much energy a day because we are so overweight. So when you go from being that overweight and you cut back your calories, your weight is going to drop dramatically. 10 pounds, big weight, big weight, big weight. Then you start getting medium weight, small weight, barely weight, barely weight, barely weight. And your intake does have to go down. You can't eat as much when you're at closer to your maintenance level than you did when you started your journey. Facts. And you have to get used to that. There's no way around it. With that said, what happened to me is I got my appetite went down too. So Jake, the couple questions I want to know is how long have you been losing weight? How much weight have you lost? And how much do you have to go to get to your goal? And that'll give me an idea if you're in trouble and we need to adjust something or if you're just on the right track and you're going to be okay. So I hope that helped, Jake. Let me know down below there. And I'll try to give you some more information. Maybe you'll do a 48-hour fast this week. Yeah, maybe. And one 48-hour fast certainly helped me. Thank you so much, Zeb. You were the man. Look at that, dude. We are talking right now. We are 4 ounces away from 50 pounds down, dude. Zeb, I am proud of you. You are crushing it. Thanks for the 497. Also, the amount of weight you lost. I see how you did that. You're the man. But yeah, no, Zeb, there is nothing to sneeze about. Zeb, you've been going to the gym and everything. So what I want you to do tomorrow or next time you go to a workout, I want you to walk over and pick up a 50-pound dumbbell and just think you lost that. When you pick that 50-pound dumbbell up, realize that was on your body and now it's gone forever. And your body appreciates that 50 pounds. So you did an amazing thing. Good job, man. I am super proud of you. That is awesome. Do I drink coffee? No, I do not. Raider, T Raider, I do not drink coffee. I do not think there's anything wrong with drinking coffee. Obviously, it should just be black. I do not drink it. It's just not my thing. Never has been my thing. So I do drink Pepsi Maxes. Sometimes fasting, sometimes not. But but I never really got into coffee. Every time you eat, you're at risk of overeating. If you do 6 meals. No, listen, Sandra, I 1,000 million trillion billion % agree with you. If I sit down to eat food, I'm going to eat too much. That's where OMAD comes in. And he has to measure it out, and he carries the Tupperware around with him so he can only eat that much. I would just pull my hair out because I would eat that much and I would want to eat more of it. And then I'd be like, I can't eat more of it. I got to wait 2 more hours. It just, oh man, mind numbing that people can do that. But they can, and it does work. It just doesn't work for many, many, many people. I think many more people, very difficult to do. It took you 4 months to lose 49 pounds. Hey, listen, Rick, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You also got to take a lot of things into consideration, Rick. Your starting weight and his starting weight could be vastly different. 49 pounds, I mean, that's 10 pounds a month, more than 10 pounds a month. That's amazing. If you're losing 10 pounds a month, you are killing it. You are killing it. Don't look at somebody else and judge yourself. Never do that. And I think we do that in weight loss all the time too. A lot of you look at me and then you judge yourself and you're like, well, if Cdub did it, listen and understand this. Never, ever, ever judge your start to somebody else's, middle. And in my case, end. Don't look where somebody else is and reflect back on what you are doing. Look at what you're doing and look at the positive. 50 pounds of weight in 4 months is amazing. You crushed it. Remember, we have different starting weights. We have different starting situations. I'm not 100% sure, but I think Zeb was pushing 400 pounds. That's a lot of weight, Rick. So I don't know if you're there. And if you're 280 and you lost 49 pounds, you killed it. And, you just killed it. There's nothing else that can be said. You killed it. No shame in that. Generally cooking eggs are great. Generally cooked eggs are a great way to break your fast. I mean, anything with fat, a lot of people think is a good thing to break, but I've always thought eating a little bit of the, something like if you're going long-term watermelon is the way to go. Let's see here. You lost 75 pounds in 15 weeks. Another amazing one. And there you go, dude. Minute ago, I mean, 47 pounds is awesome. There again, I want all three of you next time you go to a gym to pick up a 50-pound dumbbell. I mean, that's just crushing it. Losing 50 pounds is amazing. OMAD has definitely helped with that. Man, OMAD for me helps with everything. Wait a minute, dude. 11 months. You're down 265 pounds. Oh, okay. So hold on. 11 months, 260 down. Okay. I thought you were saying you were down 265. I was about to cry, dude. But no, so you've lost nearly 100 pounds in 11 months. There's nothing wrong with that. Now listen to me, Jake, and I want you to get this, right? Fully get this. You might look at me and you might say, "Oh, you lost 125. You did better than me." No, we had the same amount of time. I lost 125, you lost 90, right? I weighed 310. You started at 265. When I got to 265, I was dancing. I was feeling great. I thought I found the holy grail. So and I was already almost 50 pounds in. That's 45 pounds lost for me before you even started. So yes, if you're at 175 pounds, I'm assuming you're between 5'8" and 6 feet tall at 174 pounds. You're going to have trouble losing the last bit of weight, Jake. So I got some advice for you. Here we go. All right. Number one, Jake, to lose, give me your height real quick. Drop your height down there, and I'm going to get back to it. I got some ideas for you. I want to know how tall you are. I think that's amazing, dude. Jake, you're the man. Let's see here. So yeah, okay. So Zeb was close to 500 pounds. So understand he's going to lose weight way quicker. So don't judge your 11 weeks to his 11 weeks. Zeb can lose 100 plus pounds a year. Easy. So he's on his way down. He's doing fantastic, but definitely everybody's different. So just keep that in mind. You're 6 foot tall, brother, and you're 170 pounds. Let me take a second here. Let me just look at this real quick. I'm gonna pull up real quick. I don't know how old you are. I'm gonna put 35 in here. You're probably younger than that, but if you're not, cool beans. 170. You said 4. Oh shoot, you're 60s. Oh my god, dude. Oh man, you're killing me. You're killing me. You are killing me with the thought process that's going in your head. How much exercise are you doing right now? Are you moderately? Do you do it every day? What do you do? Light exercise, heavy exercise? Let's just go with moderate exercise. Okay. So here we go. Your range right now, I'm trying to see here. Your weight range right now today, just so you understand this, Jake, your weight range is normal. You are 1% under normal. The average, I'm not the average, they say normal at you can range it all the way down to 161, but your normal range as of today, you are normal. You wanted to go to 65. 65 would put you down to about 20% body fat. 20% body fat on a male at your age is incredible. Incredible. So I just want you to think about this for a second and we'll move on past it, Jake. But one, you got to ask yourself, is your goal, why is it a goal? Is it a goal because that's just a sweet number that you wanted to reach? Or is the goal because you want your optimal health? And if your goal is your optimal health, I think you're there. I don't know what your markers are and everything, but I think you're there. I don't think you have to cut. What you got to be careful with is cutting your OMAD so small. Cutting your OMAD so small that you are starting to wreck your metabolism. And then you can never eat again and you put yourself into a deficit, you know? Your blood pressure is still a little bit too high. Okay. Um, but here's what I was going to tell you. So you want to lose 10 more pounds. So this is what I suggest you do. And I don't know what your workout regimen is, but this is what I suggest you do. I suggest that number one, you don't change how much you're intaking in food. I think it's absolutely the wrong thing to do. I think at this point, you've gone from 265 to 174 and you're golden. You are absolutely golden there. I think you have to increase your activity. And so I don't know what your activity is, but this is what I would suggest doing. I would suggest getting a gym membership if you don't have one already and starting to lift weights. If you need to get a personal trainer because you're not comfortable, go ahead and do it. It's not stable. Hopefully, I'm still with you guys. Let me know. But I wouldn't jog. I'd probably ride the exercise bike or the elliptical. The elliptical would be great. Do 30 minutes of elliptical and then go hit the sauna for 30 minutes. If you do that 3 times a week, you will lose another 10 pounds. And you over the course of the next 5 months, we're talking, it's not going to happen overnight. And you won't need to lower any of that. I think your blood pressure will come down. I think you'll do better. The other thing I would suggest, Jake, is to make sure you're getting sleep. If you have to take melatonin or something, make sure you're knocking a good amount of sleep out. And remember, the older we get, the more sleep we need. If you're not getting 8 hours of sleep, my friend, you need to start getting 8 hours of sleep. Reduce the stress in your life. That weight's going to come off of you. And I'm telling you right now, I don't know when you started losing weight. Also, drop what age you started losing at because you have added years to your life. If you 2 years ago at 65 were 265 and now you're 174 at 67 years old, you just added so much time to your life. And so I just want to congratulate you overall. I can't say enough, guys. I know I got off on a tangent helping Jake, but what an amazing, amazing story. You are the man. I am proud of you. You crushed it, my friend. You absolutely, utterly crushed it. And I'm so happy that you did it. And, you're going to be around with us for a whole lot longer because of it. What an amazing, amazing story. All right. And John, and I agree with you, man. Being 5'9", 174 would be amazing. Even I'm not there. I'm in the 80s, So he killed it, man. Absolutely 100% killed it. And you're going to see 200. Oni, you're going to see 200. Don't sweat it. 200's coming your way. You are going to be in. So are you, John. You guys are going to be in Wonderland. Don't worry about it. I remember when I was stuck at 210. All I wanted to do was get to 200 pounds. I'll tell you guys that right now. I will be real with you 100%. I didn't see myself getting into the 80s ever. I just wanted so badly to make 200 pounds. So I think it's just natural to want to get there. And, you will. It just takes work. Imagine being in the 100 sounds so alien. I'm going to tell you what, Zeb, what we're going to do when you get to 100 pounds, we're going to fly my tail out. We're going to fly my tail out to Hawaii, and we're going to celebrate because you're going to get under 200 pounds. We're going to see the 100s, Zeb. We are going to see the 100s, my friend. I know it. We're going to make it happen. I'll fly out to Hawaii, and we'll have to celebrate. I'm going to have to bring the wife because she really wants to go. But, yeah, oh, man, sleep is it's incredibly important. And I think that's something that we could all get going. No doubt about it. All of you are right. Hey, I didn't even see you, boss lady, till now. Thank you for joining us. You're 29 and never been at a normal weight. Hey man, listen. I don't know if you know my whole backstory, but I was heavy when I was a little kid. I lost weight in 7th grade and gained it back. In high school, I was overweight all the way through till my junior year. And only from my junior year in high school till about 1920 was I ever at a normal range. It was a 4-year or so period in my life when I was skinny. Other than that, I've been morbidly obese my whole life too, man. So I feel your pain, but at 29 years old, you are still young. You still have everything ahead of you. You can lose this weight. You can do all kinds of things with your life that you never even thought of, man. Go sign up for some jiu-jitsu classes or some boxing classes or go, do something fun because you're young enough to maybe not be a world champion, but have fun with it and get in shape and experienced some things. So I 100% know for a fact at 29 years old, you got this, you know. Um, you think you were 275 in middle school. Hey man, we're gonna get you lighter than you were in middle school for a fact. Don't even sweat it, Zeb. Don't even sweat it, man. You are doing the right thing. You've taken the necessary steps to change your life, and we all can turn up and show some love for Zeb in there because he's changing it, man. He's doing what needs to be done. Zeb is just like the fasting fat man. You know, those guys are just amazing. You know, when you have this huge obstacle in front of you, because I know at 312 it was a huge obstacle. I felt lost and I felt like I couldn't make it, right? And to imagine 500 pounds, where kind of you were almost at, and where Big John was at, to reverse that, that's unbelievable, man. That takes a lot of pride in yourself and wanting to be better to get that done. So we're definitely proud of you, my friend. Boss lady, you want some new weight goals coming to you? Okay, say, okay. Let's see here. I was recently told that I lost too much weight and had I seen more meat on a pencil. Listen, Spivey, I get it all the time. It amazes me that people tell me I lost too much weight. At least once a week, somebody's like, "Hey, you need to stop losing weight." And realistically, I haven't lost weight. I haven't lost any weight since last year, last February. Well, I guess it's this year, February. So almost a full year. My weight has been, stable. And people all the time are like, you need to cut it out. You need to eat more. I think in this weird world that we're now 2 out of 3 adults are overweight or morbidly obese, I think that having a stomach, especially for a male, I think my females will say different, but especially for a male, is a sign of health. You got that? You heard me right. I think that having a stomach as a male, not a giant pot belly, but to be, that's a sign to the world once you've hit like 35, 40 years old, that you are a healthy male, that you're doing good in life. You got a good job, you're settled in, you're eating well. And when you're the wife of one of those people, I think it's like almost, if your husband isn't there, then you're not doing something right for him. And it couldn't be more backwards. It absolutely couldn't be more backwards. Stomach fat is never good, and it leads to major problems. So I think that is just an absolute troublesome situation. So don't listen to him, Spivey. You keep yourself at your goal and your goal weight, and keep that rolling. Let's see. You watch all my videos. Well, thank you for watching them, man. I appreciate them. Know your blood. Yeah. Hey, man. Look, I appreciate you watching all my videos. I stand by all of that stuff. High blood pressure is definitely something I had for sure too. It's been a sad situation. So, but I got it under control now. It's all good. And G5, man, thank you so much for discovering me on Reggie's channel. Reggie, in case you didn't know, Reggie I call and she calls me our YouTube partners. So Reg Edited has been there for me almost since day one, and I've been there for her. We've grown together. Love her to death. She is 100% amazing. If you have never seen Reg Edited's channel, guys, hit it up when you get off of here with me today. We've collabed 4 or 5 different times together, and I will be in Las Vegas, Gee, this year. Well, 2020, this summer coming up, 2020, hanging out with Reg Edited. My wife, myself, her and her boyfriend will probably all go out together. We're going to film it. We might even do a live. We're talking about doing a live where she has a laptop and I have a laptop, and we are live so that you can see both of us on both laptops, on her channel and my channel at the same time, answering questions. We thought it'd be pretty cool, or something similar. Maybe we'll go on live 1 hour on my channel and then switch over. That's probably a better idea. We'll go live on my channel for 1 hour and answer questions, and then we'll go live on her channel for 1 hour. So Reg Edited, she's awesome. Love her. You guys need to check her out for sure. So can keto OMAD cure type 2 diabetes? Okay, I am not a doctor. Elite Magic Maker 7. Lucky, not a doctor, this guy. My personal opinion, 100% yes. Just OMAD alone can. OMAD keto absolutely can. The one, I actually had dinner with somebody that told me they were type 2 diabetic the other day, and they had told me they were considering that people had been telling them to go on keto and they didn't think that it was worth it. And I actually recommended it. And you guys know that I'm not a keto recommender. But if you've got type 2 diabetes, got to think about keto at least until you can reset your blood sugars to a stable level. It absolutely 100% can cure it, in my opinion, as a non-medical professional. So that's just that. Yeah, I think it was buffering a little bit earlier, Ball State. I think it's better now, but you guys can let me know. Um, Zeb is making a difference, working hard. He absolutely is. You know, hey Zeb, we're here for you, brother. Um, are you friends with Sun Fruit Dan and Healthy Alternative? Yes, Healthy Alternative, Chris. I don't know Dan, but Chris from Healthy Alternative. If you haven't ever seen, he interviewed me, and we stayed on there. I don't even know, well over an hour and a half. It was a great interview. He's a great dude. He wants to come on my channel, but with wrestling season, it's probably going to be all the way in the spring. But Chris wanted to come on and just introduce himself to you guys and maybe do some questions and whatever else is with you on this channel. So we're going to do a collab at some point, but he is super busy. And I just got super busy with wrestling season. So it makes things a little bit different. But if you've never checked out Chris and Healthy Alternative, check him out. He's a great dude. No doubt about it. Love him. You'd see you guys later. You don't get paid OT. All right. Peace out, Zeb, man. All right. Weight loss warriors. Heck yeah. We're all here today. All right, let's see here. You have tried Pokemon Sword and Shield, and what happened to your 3-day fast back then? What happened to your 3-day fast back then? I don't know about the 3-day fast part about it, but of course I've tried Pokemon Sword and Shield. Absolutely love it. Amazing video game. Matter of fact, when I hop off of here in a few minutes, I'm probably going to hop on there for a bit before I go to bed. Love it. Pokemon forever over here. Sorry, I know you guys don't want to hear about it, but Pokemon is amazing. All right. As crazy as it sounds, if you have Elite, played the game, I haven't even made it to the first gym yet because I'm still shiny hunting a Choodle, and eventually I'm going to get it. I promise you that. So maybe I'll tweet it out. If you're following me on Twitter, I'll take a picture, tweet out that I got the Choodle. So anyways, y'all don't care about that. So intermittent fasting helped you correct your blood pressure. Me too. It helped mine out. Amazing. And I agree with Tattooed Woman here. Eat type 2 diabetes, eat less, especially less often. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, no. Okay. Sunfruit Dan. Yeah, I never looked at him as that name. I completely apologize, Tattooed Woman. I did. I always look at him as Countless Calisthenics. Yeah, no, Dan's great too. Yeah. I did do an interview with him, and he is amazing, dude. He's a little bit totally different than me in a lot of ways. Minimalist, which I love. You know what I'm saying? And he's just a good dude, man. He spent a long time talking to me too. Fun guy. He wants to just hang out in Skype, you know, every once in a while with me. I love him, and what I love about him too is he 100% is an all, you know, fruit based basically diet. He doesn't eat any meats. He hasn't eaten meats forever. And he tells people that, but he doesn't push it on them. But more importantly, not only was he willing to interview me, but he was willing to tell me how impressed he was with me off camera too. And that he knows that I eat meat, but to see what I've done, you know, yeah, I know he goes back and forth with eating and not eating it, Tattooed Woman, but I think he does more fruit still than, I don't know. But anyways, bottom line is he was like, what you've done is amazing and you're an inspiration. Even he's called me an inspiration to him, and he's been skinny his whole life. So, you know, I think he really does do a good job there. So I did do an interview with him, though. You're right. I just was thinking of him as Countless Calisthenics and not, but it's Dan. Yeah. My bad. All right. You're down 70 plus pounds from meds and blood pressure, only 6 pounds away from your ideal weight. Man, that is amazing. Amazing. Spivey, absolutely amazing. Definitely don't listen to other people. Get your last 6 pounds off and just keep cruising. You are not too small. Don't listen to the hype. Listen to what you know your ideal body weight is. Look it up online. Get there. Get healthy, and you're good. You're golden. Don't be fooled by what other people say. Your 14-year-old just got diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. Crazy week, learning so much. Well, Chrissy Omad, I am so incredibly sorry to hear that. Guys, I don't know if you guys understand all of the diabetes stuff. I'll get into it just briefly for a second here. But type 1 diabetes, you're born with. Type 2 diabetes, you get most of the time through eating terribly for a long period of time. And so, but they're different types. They're totally different. So in type 2 diabetes, your body is producing so much insulin, it can't get into the cells. And so you're producing more and more of it to force its way into the cells. In type 1 diabetes, you're not producing enough insulin to get into the cells. So one, you already have too much and you're putting more in your body to get into the cells. And the other one, you're not producing enough. Type 1 diabetics are normally skinny, not overweight. And type 2 obviously are. Type 1 diabetics did absolutely nothing. Not that type 2 did anything wrong either. I'm not trying to put them down. But type 1 diabetics are just, it's sad that they have to go through that. I coached a kid in wrestling a couple of years ago that we had to inject. He had to carry food around with him. We had to monitor his blood. I had to have the stuff. It's a tough, tough life, Chrissy. I definitely wish your 14-year-old all the luck in the world and all the help. And I'm glad you're getting educated on it. It is a lot to learn and a lot to manage and go through. The good news is you can treat it, and it's never been better for somebody that's type 1 diabetic than today. He had a pump he used, and it did a lot of the pumping for him. And another wrestler at a local school had type 1 diabetic on his team. You can still do sports, and you can do all the activities you could do. You just have to be a lot more aware of what you're eating the rest of your life. So wish you all the best. I'm here to support you. I'm sorry again to hear about it. Would you rather be cold and shiver or hot and dehydrated? Oh man, I always thought I'd rather be cold, but I'm getting cold these days. I think dehydrated is a terrible thing though, but hypothermia is terrible too. So neither one's good. He quit veganism. Okay, well, I guess it is what it is. Is it a live stream on camera, a phone, or a Skype? If you go to the interviews, my interview with Dan was a Skype, and it's on his channel. So if you just look through his videos, it's probably 2 months ago. And then Chris is probably also 2 months ago in on Healthy Alternative. And it wasn't all through the Skype app, it was through a different app, but it's similar to a Skype. Same kind of interview you see on Chris's channel with other people, both of which I spent over an hour with. So it really, really, really gives a good whatever you want. I think both of them are excellent interviews, and I think you learn things about me. Each one of them brought out that I haven't maybe brought up on this channel, and you can learn different things from each one. But they are long live kind of sit down, similar to this, but with two people. So if you want to check those out, definitely go check them out. Yeah, I don't think you're right there, Magic, Elite Magic Maker 7. If he came up with a cure for type 1 diabetes, he'd be a millionaire. There is no cure for type 1 diabetes. I've never heard of anyone reversing a diagnosis. Your pancreas doesn't make the insulin. There's nothing you can do about it. It has nothing to do with weight. Type 1 diabetes is absolutely 100% something you're born with, and it cannot be cured. It's just a wrap. Type 2 diabetes, you develop over time. Quote unquote, the snake diet can take care of it because intermittent fasting can take care of it and keto can take care of it. And there are ways to reverse type 2 diabetes. Now, they will say there's no cure for type 2 diabetes, but tons of people have reversed type 2 diabetes. You can go through laundry list of people on this channel have reversed it that have been my viewers through some of the information I gave them. But type 1, you're not changing. Sorry to say it. You're just not. Rose, love you too. All right, peeps. I guess it's been about an hour. It's about time for me to get out of here. I just want to let you guys know that I appreciate each and every one of you. Each and every one of you is, you guys are all amazing. And the time, effort, and energy that you guys put in watching my videos is so appreciated. I am doing a video on metabolism and how to fix it if you got a messed up metabolism coming up this weekend. I did not know that, tattooed woman. I somehow missed that. I'll have to check out Reggie's interview. I haven't talked to Reggie since wrestling season started 2 weeks ago. So I definitely will be watching that, though. There's no doubt 100% that Reg edited and Chris sitting down together is something I must see. So I will be checking that out. No doubt about it. But anyways, I just wanted to let you guys know what was coming up and say that I appreciate you as we push forward to 3,000, guys. So, hey, John, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. You are amazing. Thank you for the 5 right before I got off, man. You nothing but love. I'm getting these the videos going this weekend, guys. Share my content if you can. I would love to be able to hit that 3,000 mark and continue to grow this channel. Once again, guys, it's funny. You look behind me, you can see a picture of me. I never even noticed that before. That was me on my wedding day at probably 310 pounds. So maybe in one of my videos, I'll push it up there for you. Oh, thank you so much, tattooed woman. You guys are coming through here. Golly, I appreciate the 2 spot. You are amazing too. The support that you guys give me is incredible. I can't say enough about each and every one of you. You guys are 100% my family. I have all of your backs. I will do anything I can to help you on your journey. Thank you for supporting me. Yeah, listen, Rick, I get cold too, man. So I'm right there with your wife. So I know you guys are seeing it right there. My face, it's going to pop up on the replay, not during the live, but you people on the replay. I appreciate you click on it and subscribing. That will subscribe you to this channel, and I appreciate you for doing that. Guys, I got you this weekend coming up good. I'll talk to you later. Peace.